Hello everyone, this is Mr Alberonen here again, and today we're going to be going over Urokodaki's trailer. And if you haven't seen one of these videos before, what we do is just watch over the trailer together, and then I'll go over all of the individual little things we see in the trailer. And just as you would expect, Urokodaki looks amazing just like everyone else. I love these shots of the character they give you at the start. But yeah, so his attack string looks pretty cool. He has some interesting bamboo moves which I did not expect. Like, it seems like he has a few traps and things like that there. Like maybe he set that up beforehand. We might have a trap character in this game, which is pretty cool. So he has a water wheel and the water, like, downward slash, like the waterfall, like Tanjiro. Another interesting move with that, like, throwing the boulder that lands on Tanjiro. And obviously, his ultimate looks really awesome too. Yeah, so I feel like Mr. Urokodaki is another really good example of how they can make their characters unique. A lot of people are complaining that because there's so many water breathers, there's so many characters that are going to play the exact same because they all have the water wheel, they all have blah 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 blah. And people are saying that the game's going to be stale and everyone's going to play the exact same. But I think once you look at the gameplay a little bit more closely, you can see that the characters actually have some pretty unique stuff and will play pretty differently. So like Urokodaki, he seems like he has some more like unconventional stuff, like traps and setups and things. But yeah, let's just go over it together. So, first off, we just get a bit of a view of his attack string, sorry. And we get to see, he does a bunch of slashes, and what's really interesting is the kick at the end that just launches Tanjiro into the air with the bamboo. And I'm going to come back to this later, but I'm pretty sure Urokodaki might not have cinematic attack strings. So like when he does the up version and down version of his combo, he doesn't get that full animation at the end, he just gets these enders. So I'm pretty sure this is actually his up version of his attack string where it launches the opponent into the air and he can dash up and get a combo afterwards. But yeah, I'll come back to that afterwards because I think we see the down version later on in the trailer. But we'll get back to that because it's kind of strange and I'm not entirely sure because that's very weird. And we get to see him do a sidestep to dodge Tanjiro's whirlpool move. Then his air attack looks very similar to Tanjiro's, where he just does the slice downwards and then can probably go into an attack. And we see another counter attack where everyone gets pushed back. Then this random animation here, we don't actually see what it's connected to, but I imagine it's just the cinematic from one of his special moves, because it doesn't really look like a grab, because why would he be like running up after he grabs you? It doesn't really make sense. Now this next move is what I found really interesting. So it looks like it might be, just a dodge back and like throw up bamboo move where like it's kind of like a retreating attack. But if you watch it really closely, he doesn't actually set it up here. He doesn't do an animation. He's just standing there. And that patch of leaves has been there and he was just standing in it. So maybe he's set that up before and he's just standing in it now. And now that Tanjiro goes to do an attack, he just does his his sidestep backwards to dodge out of the way. And Tanjiro lands in the bamboo and gets hit by it. So, that leads me to believe that this is a setup move that he had like placed down beforehand, and he was just waiting around for Tanjiro to get hit in, and maybe if he was faster he could have gotten a combo from it, or something, but yeah, setup moves are pretty interesting. We haven't seen anything like that yet in any of the trailers, so that's really exciting to me. What do we see next? Okay, so we see him do a homing dash after something so Tanjiro gets launched into the air. Then Urokodaki does his homing dash to charge up and do an extra combo afterwards. So if you're wondering how the homing dashes work in combos after the opponent gets launched, this is how it's going to look. You just charge up at them, kind of like One's Justice 2, where you just run up and do some more attacks, and then he does 2 hits in the air into that like downwards waterfall slash, and it seems like you can also go cancel it into his water wheel. This isn't an animation from the water wheel. I'm 90% sure this is his grab. Even though they don't show the actual grab happening, it just looks obviously like a grab animation. And here you can see, we actually get a better view of his homing dash here. And as you can see, he doesn't actually have armor when he does it, but it seems like he's traded in his armor for speed, because it happens way faster than any of the other homing dashes we've seen. He almost like teleports to the opponent, he runs so quickly. But so yeah, maybe it's just a super quick homing dash instead of an armored homing dash like Inosuke. But it's good to see that there's variation in homing dashes and stuff, and that they're not all going to be the exact same. Like we saw Kocho and Max was quite different because they do this sidestep half invincible thingy, and Urokodaki's is just really quick and not doesn't have armor. And then we see some of his water slashes when he's in his awakened state. And here's what I was talking about before. So he does a few attacks, and then he ends the combo with this, like, throw... He, like, throws something in the air, and then this rock falls down from the sky. Now, I don't think that's a setup, because... Well, for one, I think you can kind of tell it's not a special move, because he doesn't have that blue flash that happens whenever you do a special move, or a homing charge, or a counterattack, or anything like that. It's just like he keeps, like, does a few attacks, and then that just happens. So I'm pretty sure that this is his downwards version of his attack string. It just doesn't have the fancy animation and stuff. So, because you know how when you do your downwards attack string, it just splats the opponent and does more damage, and the upwards version launches them for combos. I'm pretty sure the upwards version is that bamboo move we saw before, where he launched them into the air. And I'm pretty sure this is the downwards version, where he just bonks you on the head with a massive boulder. So I guess it'll do a lot of damage, but you can't get a combo from it. But also doesn't have a cinematic, which is pretty interesting. That he just wouldn't have a cinematic, but I'm okay with it if he's an interesting character. Because he has interesting looking moves, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is just part of his attack string and not a special move. But also doesn't have an animation for some reason. And then next we just cut straight into his ultimate. We don't see what the activation looks like, which is a bit unfortunate, but we get to see his ultimate, which is enough for me, because it looks really awesome. I love that a lot of the ultimates like are just like, you know, a few attacks in the stage, but his gets like a complete cinematic, like angle changes, and like black and white except for the blue like water slashes. He's a very, very beautiful ultimate move, and then that like almost looks like a music video, like that wave at the end. It looks really cool. And yeah, that's all the gameplay we have of Urokodaki. This video is a bit longer than the others because he just seems like he's going to be quite an interesting character compared to everyone else, which, as I said, is really good because everyone was complaining that he's going to be the exact same as all the other water breathers, but clearly that's not true. He has a lot of interesting setups and like a completely different attack string system and a different homing charge because it doesn't have armor and stuff. And so yeah, it seems like they're doing a good job of varying the characters and not making everyone the exact same, which is good to hear. Anyways, thanks for watching all the way through this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
鬼滅の刃、日の神血風炭。